Hello, everybody, and welcome to this part one. Come on back and join us. It's going to be great.
It will be.
It's kind of a mark-out moment for us.
It will be.
We're trying something new here this week, and we're going this week on part one. We're going to talk about Vince and Dixie Carter.
Yes, how they feel about, I guess, each other as competition. And we're going to be talking about the podcast with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Which was very good. If you haven't watched that, you need to watch
Very
it.
good.
Plus,
CM Punk
got a new job.
has a brand new job. If you haven't heard, then you need to come back in just a second and you will find out what the job is.
Plus, somebody wants to take a shot at Brock Lesnar.
Interesting. And it's not John Cena.
No. Also, we're going to talk about NXT's next big show.
Yes, their next
Takeover
our evolution. I guess
Should
it
be
means
good.
their evolution.
And also, we're going to do our predictions for TLC.
Yes.
Tables, ladders, and chairs.
And stairs.
So come back in a few seconds for part one as we mark out on this very special episode of Top Rope Reality.
Yeah. Can you feel it, baby? I can too.
Hello, buddy, and welcome to Top Rope Reality, episode 38.
Mark.
Mark. Yes.
That's us. We're here.
Yes, this is going to be a mark-out edition of Top Rope
It's
Reality.
Mark Hogan. What's your name?
Yes. Mike Mark Hogan.
Woo! Your drink from last week. Woo!
The fumes are still around, I
Fumes,
guess.
exactly. And I am Justin Mark Carter.
Hey, Mark Carter. I think I know Mark Carter.
Do you know Mark
I
Carter?
think I do.
It has a good ring to it.
That's Mark
So-
Carter.
We're here.
Mark Carter, life insurance salesman. See, it works.
It does work.
I am your doctor, Mark Carter.
I
I hate to tell you, but your dog Fifi, she died. No, Dr. Mark. So it always works.
It does work. We're gonna be going over
Some
in part
breaking
one.
news.
Breaking news just happened as
Yes.
we're filming today. It happened yesterday. A UFC 181.
Yes, that was a big shock to begin with. Plus, who showed up on UFC? Yes, I know they're going UFC.
UFC. This is
This
wrestling.
is mostly wrestling.
This is wrestling.
We had to mark out for this.
We did. We had to get all excited for it.
But at UFC, was it 81?
It was 181.
181. Wow.
181.
They're way up there. We get 181.
I'm telling you.
I'll really mark out for that.
I'm telling you. All out with the mark
I
out there.
know. All out
All out.
with your mark out. But CM Punk has signed a multi-fight deal.
Multi-fight. Could be 2. Could be 3.
Well,
Could
they
be
don't
8.
fight, yeah. It all depends. They usually fight 2 to 3 times a year, so to get trained. So he is now part of the UFC. No more WWE.
No, he said his wrestling days are over.
No more TNA. They all say that.
Exactly.
Give him a few, 2 of 3, 4 years.
When he's done with fighting,
Yes.
my wrestling days are right. I'll be a commentator. I mean, he did good when he was commentating.
Oh hell yeah, it was good. I marked out for that.
Very excited.
And I wished he would. I wish he'd done more, but he didn't.
Even
so he
wearing
is now-
John Laurinaitis' jacket. It's good.
Yeah, but now he is part of the UFC.
That's right.
Also, Dixie Carter responded to Vince McMahon's claim that they are not competition.
I see that.
That was
as-
I marked out for that. Watching the Vince McMahon podcast,
The podcast was
with
great.
Austin's
You need to
podcast,
go to the WWE Network and watch the podcast for only.
$9.99.
But seriously though, I think she misconstrued that because Vince actually said that everything on television is competition to them.
Well, what surprised me? What made me stand up and go, did I just hear that? Am I marking out, majorly marking out, when they said TNA on a WWE programming?
Stone Cold did it. Yes.
Yes, and Vince said, hey, you're going to do that.
Exactly.
That made it so great. I loved it. I just totally marked out. For the whole hour and 15 minutes, it felt like.
Yes. Vince
Well,
said, this is my show, this is my network, give us more time.
But then she went
I think
on.
another hour could have been great.
Yes.
They could have just kept going.
Let's do this weekly, folks. Weekly. Let's start for a weekly podcast
I
here.
hope they'll do the podcast every week, like Michael Cole does a weekly interview.
Yes.
I think they should do a weekly podcast with Austin, and it'd be put on the network with a different person every week. Be
Yes.
great. Be great.
Hey, you need Vince for 2 weeks, though. Vince should be a two-parter.
That's true.
Because they had so much more to talk about, and they did go in depth. I mean, they even talked about CM Punk.
They did.
CM Punk didn't like what they said. I mean, he didn't
apologized,
believe the apology. He said
He
it's just a
apologized.
pile of bull, you know. So Vince
They
did apologize.
They did know that AJ had asked off for that time to get married.
Yes.
So it does sound like a publicity stunt. But you know what? At least he apologized, and it was public.
He did. He did apologize.
And that's probably why he apologized publicly, because it
Yes.
is a public company.
But like Punk said, Vince could have called him privately.
Came to his house?
He could have came to his house face to face. If
They
he really
could text
meant
each
so,
other.
So,
You know.
so I don't know about that.
But
But
what Dixie Carter said. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Dixie Carter.
She said it was ridiculous. They said we weren't competition. If we weren't competition, they wouldn't try to stop our growth at every turn. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop me now. Don't stop me.
Stop their growth. Vince is stopping their growth. Yeah. Okay.
Really? Just because they took Christian, Booker T, Nash, Sting back onto their product has nothing to do with your growth.
Well, I
being
guess-
stunted.
And well, if you want to go that route, if that's what happens, then I guess WCW stopped WWE's growth.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, that's what it seems like to me.
Absolutely.
Hey, Dixie, people keep saying you got better wrestlers than WWE. People say you got better product than WWE. You just don't have the money, or I don't know, something. You're just missing major pieces of the puzzle.
They have the money. Guess what? Unless I'm wrong, I don't think they cut the power off yet.
No.
So guess what? Panda Energy continues to bring in more and more money. The Carter family will never go broke, because until there's a huge power surge and there's a blackout everywhere, Panda Energy got money. I think it's mainly in Texas, I guess.
Something like that. But still, don't blame what you're doing, because what you're going to do now when you get less ratings now, you
Right.
know. Everything's
Which is
supposed to be
guaranteed
new.
it's going to be less ratings, because if you... Spike TV was seen in more homes
I
than
think
Destination
it's
America.
99 million homes, and this is in 60. What they
Exactly.
said.
So automatically your ratings just went boom.
Yes. So don't get used to being ones, because you're gonna be in the low O's, O point.
Yes.
So
0.05.
just make a better product. And she talked about that, and we're gonna talk about that more next week on a special part for just TNA.
Yes, because there are a lot of changes coming.
There's a lot of changing, which
You know
is
what?
good.
I'll give them their chance. I don't know if I can find Destination America. I'll have to look it up, see if I can even find it.
Yeah. But she talked about what's the next breakthrough star in TNA?
The first name is Stu.
The first name is stupid, and it's a former WWE guy.
It is. Don't sit there. If you don't want to say that Vince is stunting your growth, then do not bring up a WWE guy. Don't say his name. You said Bobby Lashley's the first one you said. Okay, if the storyline is EC3 is your nephew,
Which that
that's
is
the
stupid
first
too.
name you would say, though.
Yeah.
She did say it, but it was not the first name. And then they said there's going to be, she's looking forward to exciting changes in the X Division. Here's the problem. You should have never changed the X Division in the first place. That was the go-to reason why people went to TNA, why people loved watching TNA. That's the only reason I watched the product, was the X Division.
Yes.
And they have destroyed the legacy of what it used to be. They have minimized what the X Division was.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we'll get more on that next week. We got a
Absolutely.
special part on TNA. Speaking of TNA, since I brought it up,
Yes.
a former TNA champion says he wants Brock Lesnar.
Yes, like we said, the person wanting Brock Lesnar, not John Cena. Former TNA World Champion, who's no longer with TNA.
Nope.
Bully Ray.
And is open. Yes.
He is an open contract. He can go anywhere. I mean, anybody wants to sign him right now. Bully Ray wants Brock Lesnar. You know, and I'm afraid that with the way WWE has booked Brock Lesnar, they would not let Bully Ray look good enough. But Bully gave him his first match in WWE, they said.
Yes, I think.
If they let Bully Ray be Bully Ray,
Just tone it down a little bit. You gotta tone it a little bit.
You know,
I mean.
you gotta be more PG, but he could still be as aggressive and act the way he was.
I mean, I've noticed
Just-
they've dropped a few bombs, not F-bombs. They've dropped a few
Right.
cuss words, and they got a 7-second delay to cut you off. But you don't need to go on with it. You know, drop an S here or what.
Right.
But damn ain't gonna get you cut off, and ass is not gonna get you cut off. But you know, that's a few, and don't go F.
Right.
Just stay away from F and GD. None of that. You know, we don't need none of that.
Absolutely.
Because it's little kids in the first place.
Right.
So
But Bully Ray's
But, you
character
know.
could get over in WWE if they used
he
it.
could definitely get over into WWE. And he may be part of the 30-man Royal Rumble. You never know.
Will be cool. But going back onto the podcast, though, what upsets me is how Vince called out Cesaro the way he did, because Austin asked him why has Cesaro not gone to the level he needs to go to,
Yes.
and he said that he just hasn't connected with the audience. Oh, I'm so sorry. How many times did I see Cesaro section at every venue they went to.
Yes.
How many times have I seen, stuff about being the king of swing all over the arena?
And when he was swinging people, there was everybody in the audience marking out for that.
Exactly. Let him
And then they
go
took it
out.
away.
Let him go out and wrestle the way he did with Sami Zayn.
Oh yes, hell yes.
Then that's the thing. Yes, they want the wrestlers to go out there and be who you'll be. But guess what? The match is called in the back. The moves, everything is set up in the back. They are told what to say,
Yeah,
what
they
to
get like,
wrestle.
oh yeah,
everything.
no, we need you to, instead of saying here, hit these few points here. No, here, read this script for us. Yeah,
Right.
make sure you read this word for word out there.
Here's the moves. You got to do all these moves right here. If they tell him he can't do the swing, he can't do the swing.
No.
But see the shirt.
And
the
if he
King of
did,
Swing.
then he'd get in trouble.
Exactly. Have you seen the King of Swing shirt anywhere?
Nope.
Why can't he wear the King of Swing shirt out to the matches?
I don't know. But speaking of shirts, since you brought the shirts, this
There you
past
go.
week with the
Black Friday.
the Black Friday.
Record breaking.
Yeah, so record-breaking day for one of the superstars.
Record breaking even for WWE.com.
It is.
Record breaking.
And that smells good for... I bet Vince was marking out for that.
He should have been.
Money, money, money! And who it was?
That guy right there.
Dean Ambrose.
His,
Not
his,
John Cena.
His sweatshirt, wasn't it?
It was a sweatshirt.
His sweatshirt
but
did the
still,
most.
it wasn't John Cena. They'll probably say, well, John Cena sold more stuff. Well, he's got more stuff.
Exactly.
The percentages are better for him to sell more stuff.
For every one item that one wrestler has, he has 10.
Yes, of course. And he shows it. Here's my towel, here's my shirt, here's
Right.
my hat, my wristbands, and everything like that. He does it every damn week.
A lot of the other wrestlers don't put it in your face. It's right here.
No, they don't put it in your face.
It's ridiculous.
And they need to. Maybe everybody's need to be John Cena. So we have a roster full of John Cenas. Come out, show your
Right.
stuff, salute, throw a hat out to the crowd.
Don't show your mark out. No.
No, don't mark out there.
Woo. Keep your mark in there where you go.
Well, this is a two-part here. Kind of with Macho's DVD coming out, which we're going to talk about shortly.
Yes.
Should have mentioned that. And Vince being put on the line. Austin said, "Will Macho be in the Hall of Fame?" He said yes. He said, "What'd you say?" He said yes.
They just kept staring at him. He's like, "Why are you looking at me
He
like
said
that?"
he probably wouldn't be this year. Of course not this year. This year's past. So does that mean 2015?
Right.
Because Vince said, no, it won't be this year. Of course not. It's not going to be this year.
WrestleMania is into 2015.
That's right.
But
So-
I honestly believe that Macho Man should be the headline. This, which they don't really use.
Unless it's going to be Sting.
They don't use a deceased person usually as the headliner.
No, so it could be Sting.
It could be Sting, but I really want a lot of the focus to be on Macho Man though.
Yeah, so I don't know then. It may be. If it's Sting this year, Macho may be in 16.
Well, see, 32 is at Texas, correct?
It's supposed to be.
I think that should be the Undertaker.
Yeah, there you go. So there's another one. So
He should be the
Macho
number
will
one
not.
person.
Macho will not be the main one. CC.
Which I don't think the deceased people usually are. Mr. Perfect, I don't think was the main
No, he was
one.
not.
Eddie Guerrero, I don't think was the main one. Because you don't get a speech from that actual wrestler.
No, you get the family. So.
Exactly.
They're talking about the returning Roman Reigns will be returning from injury at TLC.
Is that
Tables, ladders, and chairs, and which is
stairs?
a stupid name.
It is. But we do want to congratulate Roman Reigns. He got married.
He just got married.
He
yes.
just got married. So congratulations to Roman Reigns and his new bride.
Yeah. So Kurt Angle revealed where he's going to go. Is he going to be WWE? Is he going to be TNA? Where's Kurt going to go? Tell him where he said.
TNA.
He's going to stay with TNA, which is a good fit for Kurt.
It is. Part-time, wrestle once a month, that's it.
And when he comes out, people at TNA they mark out for Kurt.
They do.
He still has a mark out factor to him.
He does.
Somebody who got in trouble, who's got an arrest warrant looking for him, is Heath Slater.
Heath Slater. This is the
report is-
WrestleMania you went to.
The report
It's
is that at
crazy.
WrestleMania 27, he got a woman in a chokehold and forced him back to the hotel. But that's
Hurt
about all.
her spine or something.
And she said other wrestlers were around but didn't come and help. So we'll see how that story develops. Right now, the lawyers are involved, so we'll
Yeah.
see how far it
And
goes.
not the WWE lawyers, because
No.
it's not up against WWE, it's against Heath Slater by himself. And he said his lawyer is going to take care of it, because it's bogus.
This Thursday will be NXT's next big takeover show.
Or Evolution.
And it should be a big one. We have Adrian Neville, the champion, defending against Sami Zayn. And
Title versus
Zayn
career.
does not win. He said he's done. He's
Over
out
with.
there.
Done.
And
He might be done
Did
in
you see it?
NXT,
Did you see it this past Thursday?
I did not.
Oh, well, you need to watch the last part at least when
Okay.
they did a face to face, because Zayn did great.
They love his facials now that he doesn't have a mask.
He don't have a mask. Next tag team champions, the Lucha Dragon. Lucha, Lucha, Lucha. People mark out for that.
I'd love to see them in a cage.
I would too.
That'd be great.
It'd probably put you on the edge of your seat, wouldn't it?
Edge of my seat, and it would be worth the price of admission.
Of course it would be.
Of course.
Take on the Vaudevillians. Have you seen the Vaudevillians little movies they've been doing?
I have not seen them.
Oh, you need to watch the movies. They're hilarious.
Okay.
They're like the old times. There's no sound. They talk and then they put the words together and
Nice.
everything. And they call the Lucha Dragons the villains. So
Nice.
very funny. We also have the NXT Women's
Women's
Championship match.
Charlotte,
Yes.
who's been a great women's champion.
Charlotte Flair, as they called her.
They did call her that.
Well, Sasha Banks did.
Oh,
So she's better than she's got more flair in her body than Charlotte and her daddy put together.
Nice.
So that
The
should
boss,
be
that's
interesting.
the boss.
The boss.
The daughter of Flair versus the boss.
Yes. And then probably the last match for the Ascension.
Probably. To come up to Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah, they need to. We need more tag teams.
We do.
As they'll take on Finn Balor and Hideo Itami.
Hey, you got it.
I've been listening to
There
this.
you go.
And Finn, when they beat Tyson Kidd and Tyler Breeze,
Nice.
Finn got on the mic and said they're gonna see something they've never seen before. Is the
Paint coming.
gonna make a debut at NXT Takeover?
But don't go all out, though. I don't think he should mark all out, though.
Plus
Yeah.
the biggest surprise. No, he shouldn't. And another mark out moment for me when I saw just a clip, small video. Kevin Steen, now known as Kevin Owens, is gonna make his NXT debut.
Very exciting.
So, and they are promoting it very well.
Very exciting.
So, they got big things for Kevin Owens, and I see why.
Yes.
He's gonna be a top force in WWE, NXT for a while, and then WWE.
Yes.
Now let's get to our predictions real quick here. The matches we know of, and then the few that we don't.
Yes.
Okay, for the TLC match, tables, ladders, and chairs, we have Dean Ambrose taking on Bray Wyatt. This will not be the main event because John Cena's title shot is on the line, so he and Seth will be
Of
the main event.
course. It's a TLC match. I think Dean Ambrose.
I believe it will be Dean as well.
Dean.
We'll take Dean. Okay, we got, like I said, the tables match. If
John
John Cena goes through the table, he loses his title shot, and they'll pick a new world champion.
Which, you know.
I mean, a world
Contender.
contender. Yes.
Which, you know, John Cena's going to retain. So, Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose. Yep.
John Cena.
Cena. Yep. That's for me.
Tag champs.
Tag
I
team
think
champs.
Miz and Miz Dow retain.
Me too.
I mean, why lose them already? You
It's
know?
gonna be an easy pick, I believe.
Intercontinental ladder match. I think Luke Harper's retaining it.
I do believe because the Dolph's been getting the best of them the last couple of times
There
they've
you go.
wrestled. And I'm going with Luke as well. I don't see them taking the title off, putting him back on Dolphy just yet.
If they want to do the steel stairs match correctly, Eric Rowan needs to win.
I think it's gonna be Eric Rowan's gonna
It
win.
needs to be Eric Rowan.
As the new name, the Big Red.
The Big Red. Not Big Red Machine.
They're calling it
Red.
Big Red. So we're both taking Eric Rowan. Okay.
Chairs match. Probably Ryback.
I had no problem about it. It's gonna be right back.
So far, all the faces in the big feuds are winning.
It's the end of the year. You know,
Right.
we
Gotta make
after
everybody
this,
happy.
we gotta start fresh.
It's the giving
And
season. The
We're
giving
starting
season.
fresh in January and heading on to the road to
It's the
WrestleMania.
giving season.
Now, two matches they haven't announced yet, but could take place, is the United States title Ryback versus Jack Swagger.
Ryback.
I mean Rusev. I got Ryback on the brain.
Ryback on the brains, marking out.
Rusev versus Jack Swagger,
That's one person you should not mark out.
and the Divas title Nikki, not Brie, Nikki and AJ Lee.
So, Rusev and Nikki. We're done. I don't see the Divas title changing hands. Unless they want to try to make CM Punk have it by giving it to
Okay,
AJ.
you're going Rusev.
I am going Rusev.
I'm gonna go Swagger.
You think Rusev will actually lose?
Not by pin. He'll either get counted out of disqualification. No, he's definitely not getting pinned. No,
To
not by Jack Swagger, but he may lose the match since so much is on the line. That way, Jack Swagger saves face for Zeb, and Rusev, not Ryback, keeps the title. And then the Divas match, I don't think they're gonna switch it back this soon. I mean, they could.
They've
But
done it
I
before.
think Nikki will retain with help from Brie.
Of course.
So,
And the kiss of death.
and the kiss of death. Yeah, that doesn't help anybody. All right, folks, that's it for part one. I know it ran a little long. I appreciate you staying here with us as we marked out for part one.
That's right.
And we'll be right back for part two when we get ready to talk about any news where,
Stay right here.
where everybody marks out.
That's right.
And I know y'all mark out. You love Indy. We've seen the views.
You love Indy.
You mark out for the Indy part. So we'll be right back for part two.
Mark out.
Yeah.